Hello again, everyone. Larry Matson with you, and welcome again to another edition of Sports Scene. This one's going to be a special one. We've got softball and baseball to talk about, and we'll start off with softball. We traveled to each of the schools to talk to the head coaches. We're here at Santa Ma, as you can see, and we'll be talking to those head coaches coming up, so stay with us.
Brubacher's Grill at 909 East Ascension Street in Gonzales, where good food and good friends come together. Offering a casual, fun atmosphere with a menu selection to satisfy the whole family. From pizzas, burgers, and po' boys to steaks, seafood, and salads with daily lunch specials and a whole lot more. Bring the whole family or meet friends on the deck. There's fun and entertainment for all. Make Brubacher's your next stop for lunch or dinner. And check out the other 5 locations in Baton Rouge. Taste the great tradition at Brubacher's Grill, where some things only get better.
Marchand's Interior and Hardware Specialist. You've got it made.
Come into our showroom and let our experts guide you through our large selection of today's latest trends. Marchand's flooring and countertop collections offer these styles with unbelievable prices. And at Marchand's, we install it all. Come in to see all of the promotions and specials going on now.
With Marchand's Interior and Hardware Specialist, you've got it made.
Everywhere we go, people want to know.
Who we are.
So we tell them, we're Cypress Roofing. Everywhere we go, people want to know. People want to know who we are. So we tell them, we're Cypress Roofing. We're Cypress Roofing.
Call us today for your free evaluation.
Josh?
Call today, 225-450-5507.
Bertrand's Pharmacy has been providing personal medication counseling for over 30 years. Andy and Jeannie Bertrand, registered pharmacists, honor many prescription plans. Bertrand's is open Monday through Saturday. Phone 644-5641. See Foti Financial Services for all your money needs. They have loans for any worthwhile purpose. Auto, furniture, appliance, home improvement, and vacation loans. Celebrating over 50 years of service, Foti Financial Services.
Glaze Air is your Rheem Pro partner for repair and replacement specialist. Call your local trusted name when it comes to heating and air. Glaze Heating and Air, 266-7371.
Got computer problems? Does your computer have a virus? Give us a shot at fixing your computer. Pico Computers has years of experience. Pico will have you up and running in no time. Call today, 647-8882.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. Ready to talk some Santa Ma Lady Gator softball. Amy Petrie, the head coach, and congratulations on a great start.
Thank you.
12-1 and 10 straight wins.
Yeah, we started off with a pretty big schedule too, so super proud. Very happy to be 12-1.
How does the new division, the new arrangement look to you? I mean, are you going to develop some new rivalries or what?
No, I don't think so. I mean, we lost some schools that we usually have, like Alexandria, Pineville, and that group. And Pineville, they were just in the semis and the quarters the last couple of years. So they're now in the select division. But other than that, I don't think so.
Okay. The year that you have right now going for you, I don't know if you had a start like that before, have you?
We usually start off with a couple of losses at the end, and we usually mid-March we start playing real well. But I think having a lot of the returners back, we lost 2 from last year, kind of got us going a little bit quicker this year.
Talk about the makeup of your team: seniors, juniors, sophomores.
Yeah, I have a big senior class, but I have a big junior class. A lot of those kids were starting as freshmen. So they've been on the field for a couple of years now.
It helps, doesn't it?
Yeah, that chemistry, kind of comes together. So this is the first year in the last couple. I think we have a older group out there.
Do you see a difference in practice when you go to practice now when you have a winning streak going?
No, practice has changed a little bit right now because we're starting to get into district play, and we'll be playing 2 games a week, and of course still going to tournaments. So our practice days aren't as tough, I guess. It's more just preparing for the next game than it was at the beginning. So.
We finally got some good weather. It's spring weather.
We've been having some great weather, and I'm gonna just stop talking about it because I don't want to jinx it. But it's been great.
In past years, we've had some really cold, wet, rainy weather.
Cold and rainy, and we finally have turf, and we we haven't had rain. I need some rain. So
Talk about your coaching from the past years. I mean, you're a veteran now. You've been around a while. You've acclimated yourself to being a head coach. Have things changed much for you?
No, not much for me. I mean, the kids are constantly changing, I think, and I think the game's constantly changing. So how I go about doing things, I guess it does change, but the way we run things is pretty much the same.
You know, most coaches every year you've got to kind of remake your team because you got people lost and new people coming in, and you've got to get the next one up, sort of thing. But you've got some continuity, which helps you a little bit, I would think.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, like our next up this year from last year was just a few spots. So we're very fortunate in that. But within that, it's been, I think, because we've had a strong JV the last couple of years as well, you know. So now it's all coming into place.
Pitching is such a big thing in softball. Talk about your circle.
I mean, AJ, you know, perfect game in the state championship. She's just that type of kid, but it comes with that work ethic that she has. She has perfect work ethic. So she's not always perfect, but she has perfect work ethic. So, I mean, she's just a competitor, and she's phenomenal because she's able to do it in a circle and with the bat as well.
How about your defense?
Defense is pretty solid. I mean, again, when you have somebody in a circle, a lot of times we're able to make routine plays a lot more. She's able to get us some routine plays. So I think it's pretty solid defense.
What position did you play when you played?
Catcher.
Catcher. I was going to talk about third base being the most difficult position, I think, in sports. I mean, that's one of the you can talk about defensive backs in football. You can talk about pitching in baseball, maybe in softball. But playing third base in softball, that's got to be a tough spot.
It is, and it's extremely tough nowadays with the velocity of the pitchers and the bats. I mean, it's almost dangerous. But, you know, of course, you see them all with masks. If I see a third baseman without a mask, it's a little bit, it panics me. But we are also fortunate to have a really, really good third baseman where I'm pretty comfortable with her, you know.
Talk about any rule changes that might have taken place. Have there been any major changes?
I can wear jewelry now, which I absolutely can't stand, but it is better than having to monitor it, I guess. But no, not really.
No big changes. How about extra innings? Do you have a runner at second base now?
In tournament play only, after 7 complete innings, they typically go with the ITB with a runner at second. Just kind of keep the game, the schedule of the tournament on time. But a regular district game or a regular game, you just play it out.
Has your philosophy or your approach in coaching changed over the years at all?
It depends on the team, honestly. If I have a bigger team or a faster team, you know, if we're faster, we might do a lot more small ball. I mean, it just kind of depends what type of kids I have. We got
the running slap hit. Is that still a big deal?
You know, we have our leadoff is actually one. And there has been years I had 2 or 3, and there's been years I had 1. This is a year where I have a kind of a combination of 1, and then I have some big hitters. Where before I've had 3 small little guys. You know, so it all depends.
That to me is what makes softball so difficult. I don't know, and pitching. I could not possibly. My daughter was a captain of her high school team her senior year, and she was a pitcher, and I couldn't help her at all. There's no way I could help her pitch.
I can't either. That's why I have an assistant coach that does that stuff. So.
It's tough in softball.
It's very tough. It's very tough. And it's only, like I said, it's only getting tougher. As softball grows, the hitters get better, then the pitchers get better. You know, it keeps going back and forth. So.
What do you see for the rest of the year? I mean, you're 12-1. You're not going to go undefeated, but then again, that's what your goal is.
Yeah, our goal is always to play in the last playing date. You know, we have a tough district. You know, we going 2 rounds now. You got to play EA today, and then we're with Livingston now, so it's not going to be easy. But you know, it's one game at a time. So.
Well, we hope to see you at the end of the year, and certainly during the playoffs, we want to talk to you some more.
That's the plan. Thank you.
Amy Petrie, head coach here at the Lady Gators.
Brubacher's Grill at 909 East Ascension Street in Gonzales, where good food and good friends come together. Offering a casual, fun atmosphere with a menu selection to satisfy the whole family. From pizzas, burgers, and po' boys to steaks, seafood, and salads with daily lunch specials and a whole lot more. Bring the whole family or meet friends on the deck. There's fun and entertainment for all. Make Brubacher's your next stop for lunch or dinner, and check out the other 5 locations in Baton Rouge. Taste the great tradition at Brubacher's Grill, where some things only get better.
Marchand's interior and hardware specialist. You got it made.
Come into our showroom and let our experts guide you through our large selection of today's latest trends. Marchand's flooring and countertop collections offer these styles with unbelievable prices. And at Marchand's, we install it all. Come in to see all of the promotions and specials going on now.
With Marchand's interior and hardware specialists, you've got it made.
See Gonzalez Military for a big selection of kids' camo and cold weather gear. They carry clothes, rain gear, rubber boots, headgear, belts, and more. Gonzalez Military, just off Burnside across from Lamandolas.
Abair Steel Incorporated, Gonzales and Baton Rouge, offers structural steel fabrication. Abair Steel is a proud supporter of all high school sports in this area. Phone 644-5316 or 291-2144. Pot and Paddle Jambalaya Kitchen, with 3 locations offering daily lunch specials, is one of our newest sponsors. Pot and Paddle, for dine-in, carry-out, and catering. A great place for lunch 7 days a week. Baton Rouge, Denham Springs, and here in Gonzales on Cabela's Parkway. Check them out online at potandpaddle.com.
2 of the best companies in the concrete business have joined forces to give you a high-quality product on time. Ask for an estimate, and Quality Concrete will give you the best prices and best product. Quality Concrete in Prairieville. Sanama Muffler and Brake is a lot more than the name implies. They do exhaust, brakes, general auto repair, tune-ups, diagnostics, air conditioning, and tires. Sanama Muffler and Brake. Whatever the problem, we can fix it. Monogramming Unlimited is just what it says. They do embroidery, silk screening, advertising specialties, awards, business cards, plaques, and sublimation. Call Monogramming Unlimited for all of your needs in Gonzales.
Diversified Materials and Consulting is home for safety equipment and welding supplies for contractors. Stop in at 14361 Highway 44 in Gonzales, or give them a call. Call Daryl or Susan Roden for all your supply needs.
Gronyard Furniture and Appliance has top name brands like Ashley, Sealy, Lazy Boy, Maytag, Whirlpool, Frigidaire, Toshiba, KitchenAid, Stearns & Foster, Serta, Speed Queen, and more. Gronyard's in Donaldsonville.
Got computer problems? Does your computer have a virus? Give us a shot at fixing your computer. Piku Computers has years of experience. Piku will have you up and running in no time. Call today, 647-8882.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. Ready to talk some softball now with the EA head coach Ryan Lewis. And year 2, how's it been?
It's going good. It's as good as I thought it would be. Very young team this year. We had a really good freshman class come in, so but they're playing really good.
You got a first baseman who's having a lights out kind of season. Talk about her.
She is. I think she's hitting almost 500 with about 9 home runs right now in the first 12 games. So she's having a really good start to the season and makes our lineup very, very dynamic.
Talking about Con Wackett's back, who's just a junior, right?
She's a junior, yeah. We'll have one more year with her after this year. Yes, sir.
Wow. Talk about this year. You've had some ups, you've had some downs.
I have. Pitching's been a little bit inconsistent at times. They're getting better, though. But I feel like later on in the season, hopefully they'll gain some consistency and we'll pull out some of those closer wins.
I was going to ask you about pitching. That was the next question about who's in the circle, and that's such a key point with softball.
It is. Alicia Brown is our senior pitcher, and she starts most of the games. And then we have a freshman pitcher, Mackenzie Creel, that helps out a little bit, and she's doing a really good job for a freshman.
What kind of team do you think you have this year? Is it you got a power at first base, but what about overall? Is it a hit, get on, get over, get in, or is it going to be a power hitting team?
It's really a mixture of a little bit of both. We have some good speed throughout the lineup. And then I have a couple freshmen that have some power. Obviously not like Corinne, but yeah. And then you mix her in the middle of that lineup that gets a lot of runs in. So we're kind of dynamic on both ends.
How about defense?
Defensively, we're solid. We make some inexperienced mistakes because we're so young. We start sometimes 5 freshmen on our varsity. So at times the inexperience shows a little bit, but in a couple of years they'll be really good.
How much different is it being a softball coach as opposed to being a baseball coach?
The game is so much quicker. You have to figure out a way to get those girls to realize that you have to transfer the ball quicker and get it to first base quicker and each base quicker. So that the speed of the game is just a completely different style of game.
I think one of the most difficult positions, whether it's baseball, softball, whatever, is playing third base in softball.
Third base they don't call it hot corner for nothing, you know. So, yeah.
10 feet from the batter or there.
Exactly. And I have a freshman that plays third base for me and catches, but she's going to be a really, really good one. So,
your second year, talk about that a little bit, about the adjustments you've made from a year ago.
Yeah, I think the first year I came in, I really wanted to just build the culture. It was a main focus point. Now that I have kind of some senior leadership now, is more about the fundamentals, especially with the younger group coming in. So that was a little bit different. But every day is just a grind on trying to keep that culture the way it is.
I had a daughter that played softball. In fact, she was a captain on her senior year in high school. And I was amazed, and I have to admit, I was a little naive about the competitiveness that the females have. I mean, the girls softball, they really get competitive.
Very competitive. And not only in high school, but in tournament ball. And tournament ball is a big deal when it comes to softball development. They have some really good tournament ball coaches out there that really develop during our off seasons.
You talked about tournaments. Talk about that this year. I mean, you start off the year with tournament play.
We did. Yeah, so every weekend we try to play a tournament so we can get some more experience for our younger kids. It kind of takes a toll on our pitching a little bit, but at the same time, I'm a big believer in, the more reps you get, the better you get.
Have rules changed much from a year ago? I mean, in Major League Baseball, you got bigger bases, you got different rules and things like that. Does that ever filter down to the softball level?
It hasn't here. It hasn't, to be honest with you. They have had some few pitching changes in the last couple years. Back in I think it was 3 or 4 years ago, maybe 2 years ago, when they changed the pitcher's stance off the rubber. But other than that, the rules pretty much stay the same.
You've got 7-inning ball games. Talk about that a little bit as well. It's that hasn't changed at all.
No, that hadn't changed. You get tournament ball is more of a time limit game most places until you get to the bigger tournaments. But yeah, high school 7 innings, no time limit.
How about the extra innings? Do you have any kind of special rules, like a runner at second base type thing?
Yeah, ITB which is International Tiebreaker. That's what it stands for. So you'll enter the inning with a runner on second base, and that kind of gives an opportunity to score. And
it shortens the game up, hopefully.
The game up a little bit, yeah.
I don't like the rule.
You don't like it? I enjoy it. It really it keeps the pace of the game fast, yeah, and it puts a little pressure on your defense. So.
What's it like being a softball coach? I mean, I talk to girls all the time that are coaches, and they kind of goes along with that. That's but now you're a guy with the girls. It's got to be a little bit different for you.
It is a little bit different. Being a baseball guy my whole life, being around guys and then transitioning into a girls sport, it takes a little bit of more patience and try to kind of hold back the tenacity. But I found that girls are willing to learn, and that's really what I love about this game. They come out here and want to be a sponge and want to learn every day, and I enjoy the heck out of it.
Well, we look forward to talking to you toward the end of the year, maybe in the playoffs.
I hope so, absolutely.
Head Coach Ryan Lewis, EA.
Don Seafood is serving hot-boiled crawfish, seasoned and boiled to perfection. Bring the whole family. You'll feel right at home here. Big screen TVs, happy hour all day, every day, and weeknight specials. While you're here, enjoy Don's original jacked up oysters, bacon, jalapenos, and pepper jack cheese. Watch as we prepare your oysters on the grill. Now at all 7 locations from Metairie to Lafayette. We're celebrating our 80th anniversary. You've got to come see what's new at Don Seafood.
Your UPS store in Prairieville is your one-stop shop for printing, shipping, and mailboxes. They're located behind Raising Cane's off the Airline Highway in the Ultima Plaza. Phone 774-8777. Road Dog Custom Motorcycles is a full-service motorcycle shop. See them for service, repair, and performance. Road Dog Motorcycles, Highway 44, Prairieville. Find them at roaddawgcustoms.com.
Dr. Brian Hollis of Hollis Orthodontics supports youth sports. He graduated from Santa Ma High School, and his oldest daughter was an assistant coach at East Ascension and played softball at LSU. Dr. Brian Hollis is a proud supporter of youth sports. Ernest Martin Incorporated is owned and operated by Bud and Sean Martin. Their 9 trucks deliver sand, clay, and limestone for residential, commercial, and industrial needs. Ernest Martin Incorporated. Since 1970, we're in it for the long haul. Tags and Titles is your one-stop shop for all your DMV and notary needs. Renew your driver's license, ID card, or handicap ID. If it has wheels and a title, they can handle it for you at Tags and Titles, located in Santa Ma. If it's glass you need, you can depend on Airline Glass and Upholstery, 724 Airline Highway, Gonzales. They've been taking care of your glass and upholstery needs since 1972. Give Stephen or Tanya a call today at 647-1040.
When you need insurance, go to the trusted pros at All About Insurance for home, flood, auto, life, health, and commercial. Call Sherry or Melinda at All About Insurance, 644-4820.
Pot and Paddle Jambalaya Kitchen, with 3 locations offering daily lunch specials, is one of our newest sponsors. Pot and Paddle for dine-in, carry-out, and catering. A great place for lunch 7 days a week. Baton Rouge, Denham Springs, and here in Gonzales on Cabela's Parkway. Check them out online at potandpaddle.com. Economy Brick Sales has new, used, antique, and Mexican brick. They build and install fireplaces, do stucco and exterior insulation. Call Dean Miat at Economy Brick. Dean says congratulations to the Ascension Christian Homecoming Court. Got computer problems? Does your computer have a virus? Give us a shot at fixing your computer. Pico Computers has years of experience. Pico will have you up and running in no time. Call today, 647-8882.
Okay with my glasses on?
Either way.
It looks good. That way you don't have to be directly looking at the camera. Nobody would know.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm rolling, Larry.
You're rolling. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back once again. Nancy Ensminger joins us now to talk Dutchtown softball. And, boy, I tell you what, how's the year going for you so far?
So far, so good. We're with a pretty good record, and they're playing quite well early. So hopefully they're on the road to more victories, and we'll see.
Does the adrenaline for you pick up on game day, like today is game day, like it did when you were a player?
No, not at all. It's a hard no. It was easier when I was a player than as a coach.
Harder to get up for it, you mean?
No. I mean, I don't have the less stress, I guess I'd say. I mean, their emotions, you don't know. It's a whole different ball game. You can't compare it at all. I felt game ready all the time.
Talk about your team, the makeup and so on, the seniors, juniors, sophomores.
We got 3 seniors out of that group. They're great leaders. We have number 7, Alexa Womack, right now, just doing great. She's killing the ball. We transitioned her from infield to the outfield this season, and it's just made a world of difference to her confidence. We've always said she had a hell of a throw, and she can gun people out from outfield easily, and it's just a great movement for us moving her out there.
How about your pitching in the circle?
I think that's definitely maturing the last couple of years. I don't know if you remember, but I mean, I've had them since they were freshmen on the mound, and I've got 2 of them that are juniors. I've got 1 sophomore who had to pretty much carry the team last year, and then we have a freshman that came in this year. So just the maturity I can see it, and it's nice to have.
So each year you've got to kind of loose players, and then you got to next man up, so to speak, next woman up, whatever, and talk about that a little bit, about how each year is a little bit different for you.
It's different because sometimes you lose some really great players, but then you're surprised by some that come in. So it's like a big puzzle, and you got all these different pieces. You got to figure out how they fit together. And I mean, we lost Bryn Sanji. That's a huge loss. She was a great athlete, but she's also a great teammate. But she still comes and roots them on, and I feel her presence even though she's not here anymore. We lost a center fielder, leadoff batter that was killing the ball last year, but I mean, there's been a lot of young girls that came in this year. I've got some starters on the field this year that are freshmen, and they've really embraced the role of varsity player, and we're doing pretty well so far.
Is the running slap hit still a big play in softball, or has that been eliminated?
It is, but unfortunately I don't have any slappers this year. I got true lefty, like power hitter lefties, and like if I don't have any slappers this season. I've got power hitters.
How about your defense?
Defense is good. Outfield's actually really the transition from last year to this year. I thought losing Bessenat in center field would hurt us, but putting that first baseman out there and the freshman that came in this year and the sophomore that's out there they've done a great job.
With the realignment, the way things are doing this year, are you looking at new rivalries now?
Oh my gosh, it's going to be a beast of a district. Let's just say that. I mean, to be honest with you, like every year since I've been in Ascension Parish, we've always played Livingston Parish schools. That was either our precept to our district. So I mean, it's nothing new to us playing them, but playing in district now and 2 rounds of it, it's gonna be a tough district for all of us.
How about your preseason, so to speak, the early part of the season? Have you been doing a lot of tournaments?
Yes, we've already done some tournaments. We've been very successful in some of those tournaments, and I think it sets the stage for leading us up until this point now.
What do you try to accomplish in a tournament? Is it to get more players playing time, develop a lineup? I mean, what's your goals?
My goal is to win games. I mean, I'm not going to lie, to win games, and you can look at that any way you want to. I mean, we got to win. So, of course, early on, you want to see like what works. You want to get that chemistry out there and see it works and see what kind of depth you have also besides the ones you put on the field. But no, it's all about winning games once we start.
What have you learned as a coach in the last few years? I mean, you've been around now. I don't want to say. Well, yeah, you're a veteran. You're a veteran coach.
I'm a veteran coach. What have I learned? I hate TikTok. I hate social media. I find that that's a big part of the young kids today, not just softball players, just all of them in general. I know they use it as a platform to like get themselves noticed, but I just do not like it at all. But I mean, it is part of what we have to deal with today, so I've learned to just deal with it.
Has the game changed a lot in recent years?
Absolutely. I mean, it's faster. I mean, the equipment changed, of course, as the years have gone on. Hitters are better. We moved the mound back, so it's more of a hitting game than it is a pitching game. Back when I first started 26 years ago, it was like usually a 0-0 pitch and duel till 13, 14 innings until someone probably hit it out. And that was not very common to hit the balls out.
And now the power's there.
Now the power's there because the equipment makes it easy for the power to be there.
Well, we hope that we'll be talking to you at the end of the year and the playoff time and that sort of thing. The bar has been raised here quite a bit at Dutchtown.
Absolutely. I hope to see you, and you're talking to me again about the playoffs and on to a championship.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Nancy Ansminger, your head coach here at Dutchtown. Hello again, everyone. Larry Matson with you right here at Sports Scene TV, ready to talk baseball. It is baseball season now, and we've got the Jamboree here at Santa Ma. The Gators hosting it once again. We'll be talking to the 3 head coaches all about baseball, so stay with us. We'll be right back.
Brubacher's Grill at 909 East Ascension Street in Gonzales, where good food and good friends come together. Offering a casual, fun atmosphere with a menu selection to satisfy the whole family. From pizzas, burgers, and po' boys to steak, seafood, and salads with daily lunch specials and a whole lot more. Bring the whole family or meet friends on the deck. There's fun and entertainment for all. Make Brubacher's your next stop for lunch or dinner. And check out the other 5 locations in Baton Rouge. Taste the great tradition at Brubacher's Grill, where some things only get better.
Marchand's Interior and got it made.
Come into our showroom and let our experts guide you through our large selection of today's latest trends. Marchand's flooring and countertop collections offer these styles with unbelievable prices. And at Marchand's, we install it all. Come in to see all of the promotions and specials going on now.
With Marchand's interior and hardware specialist, you've got it made.
Everywhere we go, people want to know.
Who we are.
So we tell them, we're Cypress Roofing. Everywhere we go, people want to know. People want to know who we are. So we tell them, we're Cypress Roofing. We're Cypress Roofing.
Call us today for your free evaluation.
Josh!
Call today, 225-450-5507.
Bertrand's Pharmacy has been providing personal medication counseling for over 30 years. Andy and Jeannie Bertrand, registered pharmacists, honor many prescription plans. Bertrand's is open Monday through Saturday. Phone 644-5641. See Foti Financial Services for all your money needs. They have loans for any worthwhile purpose. Auto, furniture, appliance, home improvement, and vacation loans. Celebrating over 50 years of service, Foti Financial Services. Got computer problems? Does your computer have a virus? Give us a shot at fixing your computer. Pico Computers has years of experience. Pico will have you up and running in no time. Call today, 647-8882.
Glaze Air is your Ream Pro partner for repair and replacement specialist. Call your local trusted name when it comes to heating and air. Glaze Heating and Air, 266-7371.
Ready to talk some EA baseball with Cade Cowan, the head coach here at EA. And boy, I tell you what, it's a little bit chilly today, but the warm weather's coming.
It is, absolutely. We froze last night. We had the JV Jamboree at Dutchtown. We finished up over there about 8 o'clock, and it was frigid. So I know most of our players are happy to see the sun out this morning.
All right, tell us what's going on here. I understand this year the Jamboree will be full games, not just 3-inning games.
We did. We went to this format this year. Instead of playing 2 3-inning games, we're going to play one full 6-inning game. We got Plaquemine today, and excited to play somebody else.
All right, tell us about your ball club. What kind of makeup is it? Seniors, juniors, freshmen?
We did. We've got 9 seniors this year coming back from last year's team. We scrimmaged. We had 3 scrimmages before this, and have pitched it really, really well. Luke Connerly is our returning. Our number 1 pitcher from last year, threw some really good games for us last year, and we have a left-handed pitcher, Owen Sanyat. He's actually a junior. He's making his first varsity appearance today, so really, really excited to get out there and watch him compete.
When do the games start counting in before you start the district and so on?
We open up Monday, this coming Monday in 2 days at Covington. So we started playing them last year. They came to us, so we get to make the drive over on Monday over there.
Coming off last year, how do you look for this year?
Well, last year was a little rough one for the Spartans. We finished 11-23. We were in a lot of games. We lost a bunch of one-run games, missed the playoffs for the first time in a few years, and I really think this group of seniors kind of took that personal. Like I said, they have been our leaders since we showed back up in August and have done a great job. And I've been bragging on for a while that I think your team kind of goes as the seniors go. Sometimes you have good leadership, sometimes you don't. And I think this year is we're going to win some and lose some, but it ain't going to be for lack of the hard work those 9 guys have put in.
You going to be a power hitting team, or are you going to be a get on, get over, and get in?
I hope we're just a hitting team at this point in time. No, I'm going to be honest. We've only scored about 3 or 4 runs in each one of our scrimmages, but we've pitched it really, really well. We beat Zachary in 9 innings, 3-2, and played U-High really, really tight. So and we've played really good defense. Our biggest thing has been throw strikes and make routine plays, and at some point we'll scratch a few runs across and hopefully win.
How about your lineup? Is it top heavy, bottom heavy? I mean, what you got strength throughout the lineup?
I think we do. We have our 6'4" left-handed hitting Petre Thompson is a senior in right field. He started all 30 games for us last year. He's going to hit in the middle of our order. We've got we're really excited about our freshman catcher Hudson Browning. He's going to hit in the 3-hole, so he'll get his feet wet today. Our shortstop Bryce Merton started every game for us last year. He's making the move from third base to shortstop this year. So, we've got some older kids. They're a little inexperienced, so it may take us a while to gel. But like I said, It won't be for lack of the hard work they've been putting in.
Pretty unusual having a young guy hitting third.
It is. He came to us and he's been really good and I'm he's played with some upper level travel type teams in the past. So what better way to get his feet wet than him in the 3-hole to start off. So
how deep are you?
We've got 21 guys with us today. We're going to find out. Like we every year I kind of use those early season tournaments. We may play 10 games and run 10 different lineups out there. My goal every year is to have it's going to take us 15, 20 games, before we get to district to figure out who our 9 guys are. That way, by the time district rolls around, we got there. But the biggest thing right now is giving these young kids some opportunities to get out there and show us what they have.
What kind of schedule did you arrange? Did you arrange it like an easier schedule? I don't want to say easy, but a little softer schedule early?
I wish. We host, between us, Dutchtown, and Samawa, we host, I think, 2 of the best tournaments in the state, just as far as teams that are there and competition-wise. So, it's when all the teams in your tournament are really good, and I kind of put the schedule for both of those. There's really no easy games. But, it's kind of like building a football schedule. You got some games that are going to be real tough, and then you try to mix in some other ones in between. But, for us, it's just going out there and hopefully playing our best baseball.
District has changed up a bit, too. Maybe you can comment on that.
It has. It's going to be a different world this year. Most of y'all know we've got us, Santa Monica, and Dutchtown, the usual guys, and then we're jumping over into Livingston Parish with Denham Springs, Live Oak, and Walker. So there's going to be every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday in the month of April is going to be some wars going on. I'm excited, though. I'm good friends with all 3 of those coaches over there. So it's going to be a change of pace, but I think it's going to be a really good one.
Do y'all have a special rule for extra inning games like they're doing in the major leagues, having the guy at second?
I hope the Major League Baseball rules never show up down here.
That's a terrible rule, I think.
The best thing about the game of baseball is it doesn't have a clock, and now they're putting one in, and I don't get it. I don't understand it. I'm talking like the pace of play is fine. They've got bigger bases in the major leagues. We could talk for 30 minutes on that stuff, and I do not like it. So hopefully they leave us alone down here.
A major league pitcher could actually lose a game without actually throwing a pitch to a batter. Without throwing, he could throw a wild pitch or whatever, and not give up a hit and get a loss.
And I didn't even find. I found out the other day they've now limited the number of pickoff attempts you can have. Like on the third one, if you don't get the guy out, it's a ball. It's crazy. So hopefully they leave us alone down here.
Well, we look forward to talking with you during the season, obviously, and hopefully at the end of the year you're in the playoffs. The district itself is going to be a little bit different for you. How do you approach all this? I mean, is it every day? I mean, it's got to be a little bit different.
I think so. I think the biggest thing for us is you talked about depth earlier. It's developing. Using these early season tournaments to develop that 3rd or 4th starter that we may not have, figure out who those guys are. Because like I said, when we get to district, it's going to be Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and we're going to have 3 or 4 guys to run out there. So you can't run your 1 or 2 out every game in that type of district setting.
What have you learned as being a head coach?
It's a lot of work. No, it's awesome. I've learned now. I've got Alex Grimmy on. I've been here 6 years at EA, and he's been with me all 6. So delegate, put those guys to work. No, our coaching staff does a fantastic job, and I know they're excited to see these kids play as well.
Thank you very much. Look forward to talking to you during the year.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Brubacher's Grill at 909 East Ascension Street in Gonzales, where good food and good friends come together. Offering a casual, fun atmosphere with a menu selection to satisfy the whole family. From pizzas, burgers, and po' boys to steak, seafood, and salads with daily lunch specials and a whole lot more. Bring the whole family or meet friends on the deck. There's fun and entertainment for all. Make Brubacher's your next stop for lunch or dinner, and check out the other 5 locations in Baton Rouge. Taste the great tradition at Brubacher's Grill, where some things only get better.
Marchand's Interior and Hardware Specialist. You got it made.
Come into our showroom and let our experts guide you through our large selection of today's latest trends. Marchand's flooring and countertop collections offer these styles with unbelievable prices. And at Marchand's, we install it all. Come in to see all of the promotions and specials going on now.
With Marchand's Interior and Hardware Specialist. You got it made.
See Gonzalez Military for a big selection of kids' camo and cold weather gear. They carry clothes, rain gear, rubber boots, headgear, belts, and more. Gonzalez Military, just off Burnside across from Lamandolas.
Abear Steel Incorporated, Gonzales and Baton Rouge, offers structural steel fabrication. Abear Steel is a proud supporter of all high school sports in this area. Phone 644-5316 or 291-2144. Pot and Paddle Jambalaya Kitchen, with 3 locations offering daily lunch specials, is one of our newest sponsors. Pot and Paddle, for dine-in, carry-out, and catering. A great place for lunch 7 days a week. Baton Rouge, Denham Springs, and here in Gonzales on Cabela's Parkway. Check them out online at potandpaddle.com.
2 of the best companies in the concrete business have joined forces to give you a high-quality product on time. Ask for an estimate, and Quality Concrete will give you the best prices and best product. Quality Concrete in Prairieville. Sanama Muffler and Brake is a lot more than the name implies. They do exhaust, brakes, general auto repair, tune-ups, diagnostics, air conditioning, and tires. Sanama Muffler and Brake. Whatever the problem, we can fix it. Monogramming Unlimited is just what it says. They do embroidery, silk screening, advertising specialties, awards, business cards, plaques, and sublimation. Call Monogramming Unlimited for all of your needs in Gonzales.
Diversified Materials and Consulting is home for safety equipment and welding supplies for contractors. Stop in at 14361 Highway 44 in Gonzales, or give them a call. Call Daryl or Susan Roden for all your supply needs.
Gronyard Furniture and Appliance has top name brands like Ashley, Sealy, Lazy Boy, Maytag, Whirlpool, Frigidaire, Toshiba, KitchenAid, Stearns & Foster, Serta, Speed Queen, and more. Gronyard's in Donaldsonville.
Got computer problems? Does your computer have a virus? Give us a shot at fixing your computer. Pico Computers has years of experience. Pico will have you up and running in no time. Call today, 647-8882.
Chris Schneider, head coach at Dutchtown, and boy, I tell you what, a little breezy today.
Yes, it is, Mr. Larry. I guess it's baseball time. Wet and breezy.
Yeah, it's going to be warming up next week, or during the week it will warm up quite a bit. I looked at your roster, and you've got a lot of seniors, a lot of juniors, so talk about your roster.
We got a big roster. I'm one of those guys that likes to dress my juniors and seniors on the varsity team. They put in their time. And then we got a handful of sophomores that I wanted to carry this year. They're talented, and I wanted to be around our older guys to see what it's like. But it's a good group. Guys that they like to have a lot of fun. They work really, really hard. We don't have a whole lot of varsity experience. We got a couple guys returning from last year's group that played quite a bit, but the majority of our guys will be new to playing varsity ball this year.
All right. Talk about the division. It's really changed up a little bit this year.
Yeah, they changed up. They took a lot of the public schools out and put them in the select division, so that changes up some things in the playoffs. They cut a couple teams out of the playoffs. I think they're going to 28 only. So that'll be a little different, challenging, and you always obviously want to win as many games as you can, so see if you can be a higher seed and maybe host a playoff game later on.
Talk about your pitching.
Pitching, I think that could be the strength of our team this year. We returned a couple guys from last year. Jace Bennett threw really well for us last year. He was 7-1. And we got him back. And Scott Rosselli had a really good year as a junior. We get him back. We got a couple guys. Eli Fuselier has some experience. So we got a couple guys with a little bit of experience on the mound. So we're looking forward to that.
Defensively?
Defensively, Pearson Pyron was our shortstop last year, so he is back. And then after that, we'll be new all the way around. But we got some guys that we're excited about. We got some guys that can really play in the outfield. A.K. Burrell actually played a lot for us as a sophomore. Didn't play as much last year. We had a guy come back from an injury, but AK has a lot of varsity experience, so we're excited to have him back out there every day. And we got some other guys that have been getting it done all year for us.
Hitting-wise, are you going to be a power hitting team, or get on, get over, get in?
That'll be a game time situation. I guess we'll see how the game's going, see what kind of arms we're facing. Sometimes those things kind of dictate. You get a day where the wind's blowing out and your guys are swinging the bat. You kind of let them swing the bat, Then you face a guy that's really, really good on the mound, and you might find late in the game where the score is tight. So you might have to bunt a guy over and hope for that base hit, So it's a game time situation where you kind of change from time to time.
This year's going to be quite a year. You're playing more and more games every year, too, it seems like.
Well, we actually we could play 34 games. We got 33 games on the schedule, you know. So that's what we do. We line up and we try to play 18 regular games and then 4 tournaments. And usually in those tournaments you play 4 games. This year, with the way the schedule fell with district, they kind of took a week away from us. So we only have 17 games along with our 4 tournaments.
With the tournaments, I guess it helps you prepare for the end of the year too.
Absolutely. You know, you get a chance to play quite a few doubleheaders. This year, we actually have 7 doubleheaders this year. You know, and that's what I was talking to my guys about the other day. Can you stay focused for 5 hours? For high school kids, sometimes, even for me sometimes, staying focused for 5 hours is difficult, you know. So we get a chance to see how we handle those situations throughout the course of the year. And if we, you know, are fortunate to get in the playoffs, that's how the playoffs are going to be this year. It's going to be 2 out of 3, the first, second, and third round, you know. So you may have a chance to play a doubleheader in the playoffs later on in the year.
What has changed for you as a head coach during the years? Has anything changed, or your philosophies, your approach, or whatever?
You know, I don't know what really changes for me as a coach. You try to, you know, make sure you're up in time with the kids. You know, today, I'm not saying you got to be a little more patient with kids today, but sometimes you have to do some things with kids today that maybe back in the day, the way you talk to them, the way you treat them, is not like you did years ago. You know, when I was playing ball.
You don't get in their face, huh?
No, I'm not that kind of guy. I try to treat the kids with respect. I treat them how I expect them to treat me. You know, so I'm kind of old school but new school at the same time, you know. But back in the day, the way social media is, so many kids, and you got to just stay on top of everything about them. You know, just want to remind them that you always represent your school and your program, and make sure you do those kind of things in a positive way.
How have you developed your schedule? In other words, you have like tough games early, or to prepare yourselves later?
We got tough games all year, Mr. Larry. You know, that's one of the things that we try to do year in and year out. We try to make a tough schedule. We want to see where we are right from the start. I don't want my guys to have false hopes, you know, and sometimes when you play a weaker schedule, your team thinks they may be better than they really are, which could be a good thing. You know, it's all about getting confidence. You know, hopefully in these tournaments where you're playing some teams on their 3rd and 4th day, you might get their 3rd or 4th pitcher, and you guys will get a little confidence swinging the bat. You know, and it can carry over into that Tuesday game where you might be seeing a guy's number 1, you know. So we're excited about the year, excited about this group of guys, and looking forward to it.
Have rules changed at all this year from last year?
Well, one of the things they changed is you can wear jewelry now. And then they took out the hybrid position for the pitchers, okay? So that's just a couple of things that they kind of changed in the LHSA.
How about extra innings? Are you going to do things like the major leagues, have a guy at second base to start the extra inning?
Not that I'm aware of.
You hope not, right?
Yeah, not right now.
I think that's the worst rule I've seen in baseball.
Well, I guess I understand it, you know, saving pitchers for later on down in the stretch, you know, because I guess the major league teams, they can go quite a few innings with being tied, and, you know, it can get into your bullpen.
They tamper too much with the rules in the big leagues. I mean, baseball was pretty basic at one time.
Yeah, I seen they took out the shift rule. You can't play the shift anymore, you know. So they speeding up some things, trying to make the game go.
All right, what do you see for the end of the year this year for you? I mean, do you see a playoff contender?
Oh, you know, I mean, that's always the goal. You know, we feel like we got a couple guys on the mound that can get us there. You know, I always tell my guys, if you get good pitching, play solid defense, you always have a chance to win the game, and that's what we're looking to do every day.
Well, we're looking forward to talking to you during the season and hopefully at the end of the year, too.
Thank you, Mr. Larry.
Don Seafood is serving hot-boiled crawfish, seasoned and boiled to perfection. Bring the whole family. You'll feel right at home here. Big screen TVs, happy hour all day, every day, and weeknight specials. While you're here, enjoy Don's original jacked up oysters, bacon, jalapenos, and pepper jack cheese. Watch as we prepare your oysters on the grill. Now at all 7 locations from Metairie to Lafayette. We're celebrating our 80th anniversary. You've got to come see what's new at Don Seafood.
Your UPS store in Prairieville is your one-stop shop for printing, shipping, and mailboxes. They're located behind Raising Cane's off the Airline Highway in the Ultima Plaza. Phone 774-8777. Road Dog Custom Motorcycles is a full-service motorcycle shop. See them for service, repair, and performance. Road Dog Motorcycles, Highway 44, Prairieville. Find them at roaddawgcustoms.com.
Dr. Brian Hollis of Hollis Orthodontics supports youth sports. He graduated from Santa Ma High School, and his oldest daughter was an assistant coach at East Ascension and played softball at LSU. Dr. Brian Hollis is a proud supporter of youth sports. Ernest Martin Incorporated is owned and operated by Bud and Sean Martin. Their 9 trucks deliver sand, clay, and limestone for residential, commercial, and industrial need. Ernest Martin Incorporated, since 1970. We're in it for the long haul. Tags and Titles is your one-stop shop for all your DMV and notary needs. Renew your driver's license, ID card, or handicap ID. If it has wheels and a title, they can handle it for you at Tags and Titles, located in Santa Ma. If it's glass you need, you can depend on Airline Glass and Upholstery, 724 Airline Highway, Gonzales. They've been taking care of your glass and upholstery needs since 1972. Give Stephen or Tanya a call today at 647-1040.
At All About Insurance, we sell insurance, but customer service is our business. With over 35 years of experience, you can count on Sherry and Melinda. Visit them at their new location at 417 Burnside Avenue, Gonzales.
Pot and Paddle Jambalaya Kitchen, with 3 locations offering daily lunch specials, is one of our newest sponsors. Pot and Paddle, for dine-in, carry-out, and catering. A great place for lunch 7 days a week. Baton Rouge, Denham Springs, and here in Gonzales on Cabela's Parkway. Check them out online at potandpaddle.com. Economy Brick Sales has new, used, antique, and Mexican brick. They build and install fireplaces, do stucco and exterior insulation. Call Dean Miat at Economy Brick. Dean says congratulations to the Ascension Christian Homecoming Court. Got computer problems? Does your computer have a virus? Give us a shot at fixing your computer. Piku Computers has years of experience. Piku will have you up and running in no time. Call today, 647-8882.
Santa Ma baseball now with head coach Brandon Bravada. And first of all, Coach, welcome back, and we're looking forward to another year now.
Yeah, it's getting going again. Seems like yesterday we were just finishing up last year.
Art, you've got the Jamboree going, and talk a little bit about that and some of the teams that are here.
Yeah, that's a couple years ago whenever I was able to get the job here, EA and Dutchtown, we decided we didn't want to play each other in the Jamboree anymore. So we got U-High, Plaquemine, and Ascension Catholic to come along, and they help us rotate some games. And then we brought in Catholic Point Capee and also Ascension Christian with us. So we get 4 games, 8 teams.
And you got this year you're playing 6-inning game rather than 2-3s.
Yeah, it's much better. Everybody prefers that. It's more like a real game, and so you're able to kind of get in a little bit more of a rhythm. So yeah, we enjoy the 6-inning process.
You had a great year last year. Talk a little bit about that, the way you finished up, and I mean, you really went all the way to the end.
Yeah, it was quite a journey, and it was an awesome year, and I'm very proud of that team. Really did some things that maybe nobody expected, and so it's certainly a wonderful season, one we'll always remember and we'll be thankful for. But it's time to turn the page now, and so we're excited about getting ready for this one.
And you got a new team now coming back, actually, because you got some losses. Talk about not so much about the losses, but new people stepping up and next man up type thing.
Well, for Monday's first game of the season, we're going to have 7 new starters in the lineup, 7 out of 9, and every one of those guys will be underclassmen that will be back next year. And so we're going to face some inexperience, and so we're going to go through some growing pains early on. But I just want to see our guys compete every pitch and every single outing that we go, and really play Santa Ma baseball, and regardless of the outcome, and just continue to get better so we're in the right state of mind at the end of the season.
That's the life of a coach, isn't it? I mean, you're always having to change lineups and rosters every year.
Yeah, some years you're fortunate to have some returners, and some years you're starting completely over. So, yeah, each year presents its own challenges, and we certainly have that worked out for us this year.
And this year you got a new district. Talk about the district play.
The district's tough. It's probably the second best or best in the state. When you add, of course, our Ascension Parish schools, and then you add Live Oak, Walker, and Denham to that mix. Traditional baseball schools all over the place. So it's going to be a grind, especially once we get into the district season. There are no breaks in that schedule.
How about the change from Berwick to Santa Maria? Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, well, it's year 4 at Santa Maria already. Seems like yesterday that I was here, but yeah, great transition. Similar type of kid here that we had over there. Same type of student athlete that you have. Blue collar families from both schools. Just a bigger school here, and 5A is certainly the top of the line. So.
All right, you've got your schedule made out and everything for the year. Talk a little bit about the schedule and how you arrange the schedule, the tournaments, that type of thing.
Yeah, so we're playing our traditional 4 tournaments. We host 3 of them. They're not truly our host, but we host games at 3 of them, 2 for EA and 1 for Lutcher, and then in week 2 we go to Covington. And there's all kinds of – our schedule's tough this year. It's really tough. And so like I said earlier, we're going to face some challenges early in the season, and we're going to have to work through those, and we're going to face some more adversity than we have in the last couple of years. And we know that, and we're excited about it.
When you play tournaments, that helps you prepare for the tournaments at the end of the year too, doesn't it?
It does. I mean, all games are preset, so it's really about with the PowerPoint system that you have. You're really trying to win every game. And several years ago when I was coming up in high school, the first part of the season didn't mean anything. There was no PowerPoints, and everything was district. And nowadays, every game means something. So it challenges you because you have to win in order to try to get a top 8 seed, which will be this year, would be a bye. And so every game matters.
What kind of team do you think you'll have? Do you have power? Do you have a get on, get over, and get in?
Well, I think there's a possibility that we'll struggle early offensively, and then I think we'll find our own at some point in the season. So we're going to try to bunt and move guys over any way we can. We got to get people on first, and then we're going to do whatever it takes to get them over and across. I don't think we're going to have the power that we've had in the past few years, so we'll have to be different.
How about your pitching?
I like our pitching depth. Our number 1 and 2 are out right now. One's playing basketball. One had an unfortunate injury. He'll be back towards the end of next week, and so hopefully we'll, be able to create some depth here early in the season. And I like our pitching depth.
Defense?
Defense, I think, will be solid.
What about what you've learned as a head coach? I mean, you've been around a while and you've been head coaching, but I imagine players learn every year, but I think coaches do too, don't they?
Yeah, this is year 9 for me. So I do learn a lot every year. Every year is a different challenge. Every team's different. One thing that'll work one year might work next year, but it's not going to work this year. So you have to be adaptable as a coach, and each team's character is different. Each team's personalities are different, and you just have to adapt as a coach. And kids change every year. So, it's just having a relationship with each one of them and trying to figure out your team early on, and it takes a little while, but I think we're on the right track of that.
It's warming up here today, and it's been chilly all day, but the warm weather at least is coming up in the next few days. It's supposed to really get up there.
Yeah, how about that? It was 37 this morning. It'll be 80 Monday for our game. So I told G. Cassard, we play Ascension Catholic on Monday, hey, we don't have to worry about moving the game up because of cold today on Monday.
What would you like to be asked that you haven't been asked as a coach? In other words, you get interviewed a lot, and a lot of times guys like me don't ask questions that you'd like to get.
I like all the questions you ask. I mean, no, there's nothing. I mean, I've probably been asked everything under the sun, but I just think that I enjoy the questions about my personal philosophy and our team and all those things, and I enjoy talking about our players. So,
have you changed much as a coach?
I think as I get older, I get a little bit less energy every year, but I've always been high energy, and I try to continue that. But I think I've maybe calmed it down a little bit as I get older.
Do you work with the outfielders a lot?
Actually, I work with mostly hitters, and I let my assistants do most of the rest, and I kind of oversee everything else. So the offense is certainly mine, and then I've been fortunate to have great assistants to help me with everything else.
Well, we look forward to talking to you during the season, and certainly at the end of the year, we're hoping to talk to you during the playoffs.
Yeah, I sure hope so. I hope we're there, and certainly want to wish everybody in Ascension Parish a great baseball season.
That'll wrap up this edition of Sports Scene TV. Glad to have you with us. See you next time.